Okay, so after going in to this address up here, you'll get to this splash page. You can enter a name in if you want, but you don't have to. You can even spell it properly if you want. And then you can go to the games. I'll go to the Gateball one first. So what we have here is an overview of the Gateball Dawn, gates 1, 2 and 3, the pole in the middle, and we can move this overview around the screen. We've also got the scoreboard showing the score for each player. We've also got the player attributes, so each player has a particular set of abilities in terms of aim and their error in judging distance. And we can select which player is going to take the next shot by clicking on their number on the scoreboard. So if we want red 1 to start, then we'll click on red 1. So those can all be moved around. Now it's probably a good idea to play a couple of shots. So just move the ball by dragging it into the start area, and you'll notice that everything that you do on the three-dimensional view is reflected on the mini-map, the sort of little overview here as well. Now to play a shot, we're always going to play it towards the target, and you move the target in two ways, either by grabbing these white arrows at the top and moving those around on the three-dimensional view, or you can grab the target on the two-dimensional overview and move it around, and you can see that it moves on both at the same time. And there's a friendly little aiming line there, so you can see the trajectory that this ball will take when we press the stroke button. So let's play that shot, and through the hoop it goes. So let's score that hoop for number 1, and of course he gets another go. Now moving that target all the way up there is a bit painful on the three-dimensional view, so this is where the two-dimensional view comes into its own. If you want to place the ball over by the boundary there and press stroke, then that will send the ball over there. And of course it's doing it on both. It's doing it on the three-dimensional view, but it's showing it on the two-dimensional view as well. So let's bring player number 2 in, and let's move the ball to this classic starting position, and let's play this stroke, and through it goes. That's a nice shot, so we'll give ourselves a point for that. And then the next shot, again, we're going to, well, I don't know where you'd put this, I'm not really a Gateball player, but let's suppose that we pop it up there, and that's the end of that turn there. Now, it's probably a good time to think about a replay, because you might not think that Gareth is a very bad Gateball player, and let's play that shot again. So you notice I clicked on that little icon up there, so I now get to play this shot again, and this time I think that we'll place the target here. So let's play that shot. So you can see that at any stage you can replay the last shot, and that's quite a nice little feature. So let's activate ball number 3, and let's put ball number 3 in the starting grid, and let's move the target, and let's play the shot. And that just snuck through, so that was quite nice. Let's maybe play the next shot up to here. And that's basically the operation. Now, of course, one of the key things is the sparking. And the way that I'll do to illustrate that is I'll bring player number 4 into the grid and activate it. Send it towards the target and play the stroke. Oh, it didn't go in, it just clanged against the beam there. Now I know that means that player number 4 should come back. Now to bring it back, we're going to press the shift key while we click on its number. So that now brings the ball back here. Player number 5 will now take over, and player number 5, let's suppose that goes, let's play the shot, it goes through, and let's imagine that the next shot it does is it just plays to there. Player number 6, let's bring that one in, and let's move the target to there, play the shot, And this time we're going to see if we can touch ball 5. So let's play the shot. Oh, missed it. Let's play it again. In fact, let's teleport our camera in now. Look, see this camera icon in the bottom here? We can take that towards the action. So notice how I'm flying it just by dragging it there, and now I can see a better view of the shot. So let's play this shot. Now, the computer detects a collision, and I need to fine tune this, but clearly it was ball number 5 that was touched. Ball number 6 registers a collision as well. So that's not a touch. Ball number 5 is the touch. Having decided that ball number 5 is the touch, we click on that, and it becomes the touched ball in a spark. So now when I position the target, I'm positioning for a spark, and I'm going to play that ball out, and it did it quite make it? Let's go over and fly and have a look. It looks like it might have made it, but look, let's be sure. If we click on this, we get a report of everything that's happened, and you can see that ball, after the W6 has sparked R5, it hasn't said that it's crossed the line. So therefore that ball must be in. Now let's go and have another closer look at it, and let's now alter the position of the camera so that we're sort of looking above a little bit more. So you can do that by using the arrow keys, and you can see quite clearly there that ball is not out. There's a little bit of that ball hanging over the line. So using the up and the down arrow keys. Now we can use the left and the right arrow keys to pan around the lawn as well, so that's rather nice too. And we can use the zoom in and zoom out feature on your mouse to higher and lower the camera as well. Anyway, let's bring this all back over here. So this shot list here is activated from this menu over here. If you ever want to see the touch panel again, you can click on here, and that will show you the touch panel. While the touch panel is activated, then you can't hit anything. So that is an important thing to note. Now, a really neat feature is the ability to build scenarios. So we've got this scenario here. We can actually position the other balls without hitting them if we want. So at the moment, the position of the balls is being driven by what's on the lawn. But let's make it the other way round. Let's make it so that the position of the balls on the lawn is driven from the mini-map. So if I unclick this option here, no longer is the information coming from the lawn, it's coming from the overview, from the mini-map here. So I can drag these balls onto the lawn, and they'll drag in to the right positions. So that's a great way for building the scenario. You can then click from lawn again, and now you're back to lawn control. So you can position the balls and set up a scenario and then play it out on the lawn. Now, even better than that, you can make this mini-map bigger by clicking on this icon here, and that now turns it into what I call the maxi map. Now the maxi map works exactly the same way as the mini map. We can move the balls around on it. It's now oriented in landscape mode, just to give you a little bit more room. It can be moved around just like the other one can, and again you can set up scenarios and then play them from the lawn. You can move the camera around. It's not quite as, because it's so much space is taken up by this maxi map, this isn't really the preferred way of playing shots, but you can do it. So that's all good. And then the other thing to show you, if we toggle that off, we're back to the mini map view. So let's move our thing up there. Now, having got an interesting position, you can save that position. So if you click save, then you can add that scenario to the list of scenarios in the database. So by putting in some information and clicking Add Scenario, that position will be saved. That means you can come back to it and play it again. So it's a way of saving the game, if you like, but it's also a way of sharing a scenario with other people. And to load scenarios, you click on this button with the puzzle pieces and press refresh, and you get the scenarios. So if I click on here, then I get a scenario that was set up earlier, and we can continue playing from that position. So those are the main things to show. If you ever get lost with the camera, you can reposition the camera by clicking on this little camera reset icon here. But otherwise, that's pretty much all the features. If you make a mistake in attributing the hoops, so for example, the ball number 4 didn't really go through gate 3 like this, just press the shift key and that will allow you to reverse the scores on the board. There's a timer, and we'll shortly implement the shot clock timer as well. Alright, thank you very much for watching this. Please do experiment and have some fun.